What is going on, people inside that internet machine? Welcome to this episode of the instant classic CMRetro Gaming. We got a lot of stuff to get to, but most importantly, we have got to find out the true identity of Miami Goodman. So we're closing in on the trade show, August 23rd, live on my channel. It's Tyler's birthday. My birthday is actually August 24th, so, we'll probably roll past midnight, so the show will go on until my birthday, maybe, hopefully, probably. More likely than not. But first thing is first, right out of the chute, we have got to figure out the identity of this person named Miami Goodman. Now, this person seems to be an absolute terror, and if you're not from Central Ohio, you probably would never even heard of this. Miami Goodman, apparently, no one knows who this person is, and they leave like angry reviews. So on like restaurants, like a Yelp or something like that. So good service, bad service, terrifying review, right? Whatever, food's good, food's great, terrifying review. Just review bombing the hell out of all of these restaurants in Central Ohio. And actually the Central Ohio Restaurants Association, they are looking into finding out who this Miami Goodman is. No one knows who it is. It's absolutely insane if you haven't been following the story. There's actually, no one knows, except there's one eyewitness report from Carla Blankenship. Sorry, I'm going to read this wrong, but Carla Blankenship of Westerville, Ohio, says she may know the true identity of this Miami Goodman. And the article says she doesn't know. All she knows is it's a female, maybe a teenager, possibly young adult, and possibly Asian. That's all they know. That's all they know. But they'll catch her. They will bring this absolute reviewing nightmare to justice, and I hope they get a life sentence. Miami Goodman, whoever you are, stop terrorizing local restaurants. All right. Well, like I said, I hope they. I know somebody that works at the Westerville Police Department, and hopefully they can take this person down. Take Miami Goodman down to Chinatown. Is there a Chinatown in Miami? I don't know. Somebody let me know. Wow. On a weirder note, we're going to switch gears like we always do on this channel. This is the worst segued channel in YouTube. I should be on like the top of that list. But seriously though, Gamers Manuel sold his collection. I'd heard about this and I finally was able to watch the video last night. And yeah, man, packed up pretty much all of his stuff and sold it. And I get it, man. It's an inevitable part of what we do as game collectors or, baseball card collectors, comic book collectors. There's this unwavering fear that if something were to happen to you, you will burden your family with all of this shit because they don't know what any of it's worth. You don't want them to get taken advantage of. It's a weird balance. And it's like, when do we sell? Because remember when we said that, this is how it starts. I'm only going to collect my childhood games. Well, I'm only going to collect for Nintendo because I love Nintendo. Well, I picked up these Xbox. I might start an Xbox collection. And then all of a sudden it spirals out of control until you have like 2 game rooms in your basement. And, it's interesting because Manny's in the same situation that I'm in. My family's very supportive of, they put up with my shit of going out to all these garage sales and thrift stores every week. And, Facebook Marketplace deals at the most inconvenient times. And, yeah, it's one of those things. I'm happy for him. I'm happy he took the money and ran, and I hope he's going to use it to, take his family on a round the world vacation or do something that he wants to do with that money. And I hope that, because he didn't really say in his video, it didn't sound like he was like destitute. He just sounded more like it was time for him to move on, and he'll keep a couple pieces. He'd mentioned that his wife grabbed a couple of the DS or the 3DS RPGs, but it reminded me of sort of an anecdote that I wanted to share with everybody this evening. And there's a grandmother and a grandson, and they're playing Monopoly. And every time the grandmother wins, and they pack everything up and they just put it back in the box and they go about their day. Well, one day the grandmother loses, so the child wins, and the child's very excited. And the child's like, Grandma, I won. I've got all this money, and I've got all these properties and these houses and all this stuff, right? And the grandmother looks at him and at the grandchild and goes, yes, you won, but we have to put everything back in the box. And as such an anecdote, it's such a great story for what we do. We build up all these collections, man. We win. You know, we've got great pieces in our collection. Maybe you've got a full collection of something. We've found rare pieces, valuable pieces out in the wild, or we've worked really hard to trade up to get them, you know. And at the end of the day, it all just goes right back in the box and filtered back out to society. Because we're not going to be here, you know, forever, and you can't take all this stuff with you when you die, nor should you want to. But yeah, it all goes back in the boxes, I guess what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so I watched Manny's video, and I've been thinking real hard about what exactly do I need this for? I plan on collecting until I retire at, you know, like 62, 65, somewhere in there. And we'll get a retirement, and then I can sort of use this to supplement my retirement, you know, sell a piece here, sell a piece there, you know. But I always thought it would be more like the fun part would almost kind of be getting rid of it, to put it back in the box, as they say, to share it with someone who will love it like I loved it. And it'll give you something to do at retirement, you know, going around to conventions and selling stuff or doing Facebook Marketplace deals, whatever it is. But yeah, guys, I mean, that video really affected me. I'll tell you what, if you've never seen a Gamer's Manual video, I'll leave a link to this specific video where he sold his collection down below. And I just was thinking back, I was reflecting today about all the time I've spent watching Gamer's Manuel's videos. And all the great stuff he's picked up, all the adventures he's been on. He's truly one of the nice guys on YouTube. Does not care about the value of the game, but he'll tell you, hey, I got this game for $5 at a garage sale. But when it comes to, you know, saying I got this game and it's worth $1 million, he's not that dude. You know what I mean? So give it a watch, if you will. That would be awesome. Yeah, like I said, I'll leave it down below for you guys to check out. It's yeah, it sort of affected me a little bit, but let's show off some of the pickups from this past week. All right, I went to this garage sale today, and I grabbed like a box of like Zoids. You know, like the robots like Liger Zoid and Tiger Zoid from like the early 2000s. Tommy made them. And they're really cool. My oldest son loves them. I'm not sure if they're complete. I haven't put them together, or else I'd show them, but there's like 4-gallon bags of parts. So I got that, and then I got all this media for $8. So the Sony Chiba 2-film collection with Legend of 8 Samurai and Street Fighter on there. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. And then she said VHS tapes were 7 for $1. Very arbitrary number. Maybe like 3 for $1 or some 50 cents and 3 for $1. But Daryl, I know, listen, these aren't movies that I'm going to watch, but 7 for $1, I'm going to grab them. And I know some of you have some fond memories of some of these movies. So, Moto Kids, how about that? You couldn't just have the 2 kids on motorcycles. You had to have the chimpanzee in there. Snowball Express. The Brainiacs.com. I'm sure for some of you this is like nostalgia overload. Breakout batteries included. And then these were really cool. This is Wu-Tang collection. The Stomp. So these were like you know, the Kung Fu exploited Kung Flu. Like I'm President Trump. The Chinese flu. It's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be huge. That's not a very good impression, but it's my impression. The Wu-Tang collection, the Stomp, those the you know, the Kung Fu exploitation films from the 60s were brought over here in the 90s. I think this says 1990 on it. But yeah, the Hong Kong connection, right? And then this one actually has some value. I didn't know it. I just picked it up because it was Wu-Tang collection. It's Lady Wu-Tang, and it's still factory sealed. So yeah, not a bad deal there for $8. All right, so Tyler came over the other day, fixed the brakes on my car. If I would have driven another 5 miles, I would have died. It was that bad. We were in a dire situation with the brakes. The brake pads were like cracking around the edges. The caliper was bent and warped, and the boot was all messed up. So we had to go buy that, and Tyler fixed it. He's my hero. So I won't die, which is good, you know, I guess. But because he moved, he used to live like 15 minutes away. Okay. And we could kind of go out whenever, you know, our schedules lined up. Now it takes a little bit more planning because he lives like an hour plus away. So he came over like real early in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning to take care of that. And then we went out game hunting. In Newark, we got like, okay, we got 3 Goodwills, 2 St. Vincent de Paul's, Flea Market on Main, Buckeye Games and Flea Market, Video Game Galaxy, Maxine's Bargain Box, we got a couple pawn shops. You know, we are a target-rich environment for games. You know, we got a lot of opportunity. We always go to Maxine's Bargain Box because it's literally the best video game store on the planet. And Dave took in more records. Apparently the same guy turned them in from the last time and got the okay just to give these away for free. So he gave them to me. So First Blood, Rambo, John Jay. That's a great cover art. Great. Oh, that's killer. I want to frame that and put it on a wall. And then he hooked me up with a copy of Rocky 2. But wait, there's more. He goes, do you like PlayStation Magazine? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a couple PlayStation magazines. Like, these are ones that don't really price. We're not going to waste our time to list them and do all that stuff. So he gave me a stack. There was probably like 30 or 40 of these things. I got a stack of like 12. Tyler got a stack of 12. And then there's, you know, the rest over there. But they're in pretty good condition. I don't know why he wouldn't just bag these and put a couple bucks on them. But yeah, man, just looking at the advertisements on these. And by the way, most of these, I'm gonna say probably 85% of these still have the demo discs inside and still have all of like the posters and inserts and all the little gimmicks that go inside there. So I was looking at a couple of those magazines. What a nostalgia pop, man. It's so crazy. I see when all these games came out, you know, and what they thought of them at the time, you know what I mean? And then there was a couple Nintendo Powers, so nothing crazy, but yeah, these still have the posters in them. Like here's like the Donkey Kong Country 3, and this thing is like the map and the poster for, what is this? Lost Vikings. So yeah, the Lost Vikings poster. Anyway, tons of fun right there. But the real reason we went to Maxine's Bargain Box was to do some game hunting, yeah. But Dave has a wall in the back of just like cases and manuals without the discs. So, you know, when he gets a copy of, I don't know, let's pick a game, Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Xbox 360, and somebody turns it in, it's just disc only, or the case is destroyed, he'll just go back there, grab a GTA 5 case, go boom, put it on the shelf, and there you go, right? But he'll let me look through those cases and manuals. Now, I spent all day Wednesday trying to resurface all of those discs. Now, to the 40 discs, I couldn't resurface 2. One was broken, the other one had a chip on the outer ring, like it was chipped right there. So that one wasn't gonna work. So I would say this JFJ Easy Pro, because I sort of have my own little technique that I like to do. I don't use the JFJ recommended technique. I think it's a little bit too abrasive, and I like to start with the path of least resistance when I resurface a disc. Yeah, I think I got that thing in 2019 or something, so I've had it 6 years. There's probably, for discs that aren't broken or cracked, or like gouged, or the paint on the top is ripped off, I've only been able to legitimately not resurface like 5 discs. Out of all the discs I've ever resurfaced. They're just, I don't know, could have been someone resurfaced them and ground them down. Whatever it is, but I'm pretty skilled with the disc resurfacer. Like I said, those 40 discs, had to throw 2 away, but the other 38 worked fine. And then that controller, took it apart, cleaned it, put some new thumbsticks on there. It is a beauty. But anyway, I'm looking at the cases that Dave has. And of course, he doesn't have any of the cases I need for any one of those 38 Xbox games or whatever it was. It's probably more like 20. I don't remember how many didn't have cases. But he did have the case and manual for Shadow of War. So obviously I got these cases for free. And I got that disc for free from the pawn shop in Heath. So we got a free complete copy of Shadow of War, which I already have. The one I got, I came from GameStop, and it's got like a sticker pack in there that you put on the controller. You guys saw me pick this up for $1 a couple episodes ago. Lady had it at a garage sale, but it's Dragon Ball. Is it Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 or Dragon Ball 2 Xenoverse? I don't know, man. Some of these titles are weird. But yeah, it was just a disc and boom, case. And then I also snagged at that garage sale for $1 Shadow of the Tomb Raider, to which Dave had the steel book and the inserts. So today I went up there and I took some Wii manuals or some Wii cases and manuals, some Wii U cases and manuals, some Xbox 360 cases and manuals, and you know, if I take 3 from him, I generally like to give him like 5 or 6 back. So, you know, I don't ever want to feel like I'm taking advantage, but he is super nice. It doesn't expect anything in return. But we did buy some games, so let's check those out. So all of these I'm going to add to the collection. The first one is Brutal Legend for the 360. Tyler recently played this game. I had heard about this game and wanted, you know, like Metal Gee's Hidden Gems or something like that. And yeah, great rock music. I think Jack Black does the character voice or something like that. But Tyler probably played it recently and was like, hey, you got to check this game out for $12. You know what? Like, this is on like the PlayStation 3, but doesn't this just like feel like an Xbox game? You know what I mean? Like, this is the way you want to play this is on the Xbox. So for 12 bucks, definitely snag that. Here's a game that you guys recommended. A lot of you guys recommended this game, Rise, Son of Rome, on the Xbox One. I think this is my 16th Xbox One game in the collection now. I'm surprised more people don't collect Xbox because it's so cheap and it's so abundant. Like, everywhere you go, there's stacks and stacks of Xbox games. So kind of cheap and easy to collect for. But yeah, Son, Rise of Rome. Look forward to giving that one a try. Was digging through their Game Boy Advance tub, and they had Konami Arcade Advance, and it was $4, so it was like dirt cheap. And it's got the arcade port of Gyrus on it, which I definitely want to try after playing the NES Gyrus last year, the last hidden gem on the Nintendo, you know, Gyrus. And I saw this and I was like, you know what, for $8, I'm gonna grab it, even though I hate buoy racers. But I really want to, I need my Hydro Thunder fix, man. So I got to play some water racing. But I hate buoy physics. But apparently this game has some buoy physics. It's a straight racing game. There's no like turbos and weird power-ups and anything. And I guess it, the graphics are like super awesome. You can see that on the back. I didn't really want to pay $8 for it, but I figured since Dave gave me all of that stuff, I could pay $8. You know what I mean? Okay, so garage sale pickup right here, $1 Assassin's Creed Unity on the PlayStation 4. Whoever wrote that on there has some very nice handwriting, because they wrote really nice on the spine. And on the back, locations Clintonville, Polaris, Hilliard, and Westerville. Westerville, alleged home of Miami Goodman. But yeah, we'll go back to Maxine's in a couple weeks or so and see if they have a case for that. If not, whatevs. But we stopped at Buckeye Games and Flea Market. Brian kills it over there, man. They have a great setup. The front portion is like video games, action figures, movies, Pokemon, and then like the next kind of sections behind that, straight flea market. And yeah, it's very cool. So he walks up and he's like, hey man, I got the rarest Nintendo game. I'm like, you can have it. And I'm like, what? And he goes like this, and I'm like, what is that? Because it's all like bleached on the side, but it's like Super Tecmo Bowl 07, 08. You know, like they used to make these with the updated rosters. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna clean it and I'm gonna try that. So we're gonna figure out. They're trying to figure out who was good in 07 and 08. Like the Peyton Mannings on the cover, they were probably pretty good. The Patriots were probably pretty good. The Saints, the Steelers. But anyway, I'm looking through Brian's loose disc stacks. He's got like basically like boxes and loose discs inside. And it's like, you know, PlayStation 2, etc. So I was looking for that Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 because I got the case and manual for it. and I come across Romance of the Three Kingdoms 6, okay, the disc and the manual, guys, for $14. So I was like, that's got to be worth more than $14. So I'd look it up on eBay, sure as shit it is. And then I was like, well, does somebody have a case for this? A lady has the front art and the back art, but not the case. And it was like $5 plus $4 shipping. So while I was at the store, I went buy now and paid for it. And then I paid for this. So for $23, we're gonna have a complete copy of Romance of the Three Kingdoms 6 when that arrives. Speaking of, and listen, this lady's in Pennsylvania, right? I'm in Ohio. I paid for it, and within 24 hours, she had already like printed the shipping label. Now I know that doesn't mean that she has it packed and ready to go. Okay, you can just print the shipping label and it'll show that it's been shipped on eBay, that the vendor or the postal service hasn't scanned it in yet. But I wanted to illustrate a point. 3 or 4 days on August 4th, okay, I ordered Xbox 360 replacement cases. And they're like $20 for 15, the guys in California. And all the feedback was like, shipped fast, items great, perfect replacement, thank you, A++, blah, blah, blah. So I ordered it on the 4th, nothing on the 5th, nothing on the 6th. On the 7th, I messaged him and I'm like, hey man, when are you gonna get these out? Because if somebody's ordering a stack of replacement cases, they need them. Like right now, that's like an immediate need, whether they need to fix something in their collection or they're gonna get stuff ready for resale. So, and it showed in the pictures that they were already pre-packed. So all you had to do is just put it in the box, tape, put the label on it. So this is on the 7th. He's like, hey, apologize, I'll get that out, tomorrow, whatever. And then because he's in California, it's like 6:30 my time, which is like 3:30 out in Cali. That's when it shows that he printed the shipping label and then took it to the post office. And I'm like, dude, 3.5 days to ship out something that you basically already have packed. So I don't know, man. I try and print the label the same day and ship the same day or the next morning. And I'm kind of neurotic about it. Like I'd like to have that work off my table. But that just kind of shows you the different mentality of sellers. This lady's selling like a $5 item, boom, packs it, gets it out there. This guy's, running a business, where all you do is sell replacement cases and manuals and you can't ship in 2 days. It's crazy. I end up giving out about it. It drives me, as an eBay seller, it drives me nuts when I see other sellers dragging their feet. You know what I mean? So anyway, guys, that is going to do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, share on social media. Don't forget to bang that notification bell so you can stay up to date on all of your instant classic CMRetro Gaming goodness. And if you have any hot tips on the whereabouts of a one Miami Goodman, please call the tip line. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you on the next one.